Brock Purdy is back. Brock Purdy was announced as the 49ers starting quarterback for their Week 11 game Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. We do our game plan interview on NBC Sports Bay Area every Thursday evening. And so during that interview, Kyle Shanahan told me that he will definitely be the starter, that he's had a good week of practice, that he was trending well last week and was very close to being able to play against the LA Rams. And now through this full week, through meeting with him on Monday, kind of getting a sense of where he was physically as they were watching film, and then seeing him on the practice field Wednesday, and then really seeing him on the practice field Thursday. Kyle Shanahan said early in the week that wanted to see 3 aggressive practices from Brock Purdy. As it turns out, he saw 2, and that was enough to make him feel confident to go ahead and announce that Brock Purdy would be the starting quarterback against the Arizona Cardinals. And then Shanahan later on KNBR kind of reiterated that as well. And so the 49ers for this game will get Brock Purdy back. They'll get Ricky Pearsall back. And let's look at the 49ers injury report. About as clean of an injury report as it's been a while, although one new addition, Diamador Lenore, limited in practice on Thursday due to a calf injury. But Brock Purdy was full go at practice for the first time in quite some time. He'd missed the previous 6 games of the season, but he was a full practice go on Thursday. And so Mac Jones will slot in, of course, as the number 2 quarterback behind Brock Purdy. Ricky Pearsall was also limited with the knee injury, but again, they're expecting him to be able to play on Sunday. And Alfred Collins with the hip injury, he was limited, and D. Winters with the knee and the knee. So both knees are kind of acting up on D. Winters, so he was limited as well. Now, Brock Purdy did speak to the media after practice on Thursday and expressed a lot of confidence in his ability to get out there and feeling good. And he felt like, in order for him to play the way he wants to play, he has to be able to move. The running aspect of it, the scrambling, just the movement plays, those are all parts of what Brock Purdy does. That's part of his game. And he felt like he just wasn't able to move in the weeks leading up to this week. But this week, everything is going good physically, and he says he feels like he's ready to go. He did sustain this injury week 1 against Seattle. After 2 weeks on the sideline, he was active and started the game against Jacksonville in week 4. What he said was he didn't feel like he was rushed back in. He said that he doesn't feel like it was a mistake to go back into the lineup at that point. He just felt like Brock Purdy did, that he got caught in a bad position with his toe, and that aggravated the injury in that game. So he thought it was just kind of an unfortunate situation where he felt good, but then, just a position where he was in that game caused him to aggravate it. So he goes on the sideline, of course, sideline for the last 6 games, and now he's back. As far as what, the severity of the injury, we all know that early in the season, the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow sustained a turf toe injury, and they had surgery, or he had surgery on that toe, and now he's back at practice this week. But what Brock Purdy said was that he calls it a variation of a turf toe injury. So it wasn't the full-fledged turf toe injury. And from what I understand, I'm not a doctor. I just don't even really play one on YouTube here. But what apparently the major ligaments, the ones that are really the damaging ones, the ones that if damaged in a big way, the ones that would prompt someone to have surgery, those weren't the ligaments that were injured in this case. So what Purdy said on Thursday was that multiple opinions on this, doctors and others, and the consensus was that no need for surgery. There was no need for surgery, so that's why he didn't have surgery, and he feels, again, like he's ready to go in this game. But he also did declare that he has to be smart with it. If things start to act up, then maybe, the best line would be to shut it down. But he says you want to be smart with this because you start talking about someone's career, and Brock Purdy should have a long career ahead of him. And so you don't want to do anything at this stage that would impact that. But fully aware, 7 games left in the regular season, and the focus is to get back out there, play football at a high quality, be a leader on this team. And we all know he's a captain on this team. But where the 49ers are right now, a 6-4 record with 7 games to play in the regular season. If the 49ers win a good chunk of those, they could be and will be heading to the playoffs. So what is the magic number with 7 games left in the regular season? Well, if they go 4-3, that gives them 10 wins, and that might do the trick. Depending on tiebreakers and everything else, I think 11 wins would certainly get them in. So 4-3, I think they're looking pretty good. 5-2, I think they're probably golden with 11 games left. So that's where the focus is for Brock Purdy, returning to action to lead the 49ers. And he did sound confident in talking to the media, answering questions. And according to Shanahan on the practice field, he looks like they expect him to look. Brock Purdy, the quarterback of this team and a team leader. So that is the big news coming out of this Thursday in Santa Clara. Brock Purdy returns to the starting lineup. He'll have Ricky Pearsall out there. I would assume Pearsall won't play, the vast majority of the snaps. I would assume that they'll kind of work him in a little bit as he returns from the knee injury that kept him out for 6 games as well. The last time Brock Purdy was on the field, Ricky Pearsall was on the field, and vice versa. And those two did not play in these past 6 games. So 49ers are looking to get back a couple key parts of their offense against the Arizona Cardinals. And the thing with Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall is those two guys did do a lot of work together in the offseason. Whether it was Jacksonville or, they're 2 Arizona guys returning home to lead the 49ers against their team from the desert, the Arizona Cardinals. But what Pearsall brings to the table is just that ability to separate quickly. They drafted him in the first round of the 2024 draft because of his ability to get open quickly, to beat man coverage. And now that's something they need from him, as the 49ers offense, I think, has to take a major step forward. The 49ers passing game has been, by and large, pretty good this season. With Mac Jones out there for those 8 games, they need to get the running game going a little bit more in order for them to maximize what they do offensively. And what they also need to do offensively is to do the heavy lifting, to be able to score points, to be able to stay on the field, to be able to sustain drives. Maybe the most important part of that, run the ball effectively. So in order to do that, they need to find a good mix of running and passing to, take the pressure off the defense, score some points, keep their own defense off the field by putting together those long drives. But I think once if the running game gets going, that'll certainly open things up for the passing game, and it can be more of a 50-50 split right now, because the 49ers passing game statistically is up there at the top of the NFL, and the running game statistically is a lot closer to the bottom. And that's something that just hasn't really been 49ers kind of football, or at least the football that we've come to know under Kyle Shanahan. They've always been a really good running team. When all else has failed, they've always been able to run the ball. This season, they're struggling in that regard. So this game Sunday against the Cardinals, they're going to want to kind of amp up that running game to serve as a nice complement to Brock Purdy in the passing game, as Brock Purdy, number 13, returns to the 49ers starting lineup against the Arizona Cardinals. Thanks for watching this video, and that is it for now.